for a very game-smart Bulldogs team. We touched on something post-game last night. A year ago, some games that we didn't win, the close games when we were there. But it seems like this team is going to be able to put a game away when they need to.
Right, and I think it's the key is it's winning and losing.
This is a good test for the Lions as you get ready to take on a Hamco team on Tuesday, and then next week it's Carterville, and then Saturday you start the midwinter. This could be a really good preparation game for the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely.
One minute. Want it back or go to break?
Yeah, bring it back. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our Broviax IGA pregame show. And it really is, this could be a really good indication of how the Lions are going into next week, because we really get busy next week, Scott. Tuesday night on the road at Hamco, that's not going to be an easy game. Then Friday night you have the Pinckneyville Panthers that roll into here. They just knocked off Nashville last night, and then have to turn around and play El Dorado on Saturday night.
Busy schedule upcoming for the Carterville Lions. And you know, tonight, as you heard Shane Hawkins talking how good this Chester Yellow Jacket team is, points in the paint are going to be hard to come by tonight for Garby and Down, I believe, just because of the size of the Yellow Jackets. So I think there is going to be a little bit of pressure on the guards to be able to shoot from the perimeter and maybe open things up in the middle for Down and Garby. Carterville's got to create some turnovers. They got to score off those turnovers. And something that has not been a positive over the last, I'll say, 3 or 4 games that I've seen from Carterville, they've given up too many offensive rebounds to teams. They've got to make sure that this big Yellow Jackets team does not get second and third chance opportunities on missed shots.
On the flip side of that, the positive for the Carterville Lions has been their effort and their aggressiveness. If we saw it in the first game at the El Dorado tournament, they came out, got in your face defensively, and they were aggressive on the offensive side. They missed shots, but they were aggressive. It's not that they were taking bad shots. This Carterville Lions, they just don't fall for this team, but I like how things are trending for the Lions right now.
Yeah, no question. I think tonight offensively, Carterville's got to be patient. They don't need to rush their shots. I think Carterville, if this game is somewhere in the low to mid-50s, I think Carterville has a chance to win it. But if it's any higher than that, you know, history says that it's not going to work out in Carterville's favor. But if Carterville can handle the pressure on the offensive end and get good shots and hit, 40 to 45% from the field, I think they got a chance to pull the upset.
Both teams have went back into the locker room to get their final instructions from their head coaches. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Broviax IGA pregame show. When we return, we'll continue as we talk about the Chester Yellow Jackets and the Carterville Lions here on NewsRadio WJPF. Okay. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. Just to give you a heads up, you don't hear the commercials that air on the radio or the interviews because that's all back at the studio. What you're getting is just the live feed here at the high school, but we appreciate you watching. Saturday night high school basketball at Carterville High School. The Chester Yellow Jackets come to Carterville, and busy day here at the high school for all the sports teams. I know the Murdale Wrestling tournament was taking place. Carterville was in that. The dance team was competing. We want to give a shout out to the Carterville High School cheerleaders. They were at the ICCA Invitational in Springfield today. It's been since 2006, the last time that Carterville was invited to that. 29 teams, Scott, competing in this division. Carterville girls, the cheerleaders, they take second in that event. They are fantastic. They've already qualified for state. They are just having an unbelievable year. We want to say congratulations to Linda Drust, Bonnie Howerton, all the girls on that cheer team. They were fantastic. The Carterville High School ladies basketball team beat Sesser today to push their record to 16-3 coming up at halftime tonight. We talked about this last night. Janiah Thompson last weekend at the Rangerette tournament in Benton scored her 1,000th career point as a junior, and they're going to recognize her coming up at half.
Well, that's a big feat because, as I said last night at Sparta, you know, usually you don't get your 1,000th point until sometime in your senior season.
The last game of your senior year.
Yeah, and she's done it as a junior, and that's very, very impressive. So I don't know what the school record is for most points scored by a girl, but I think she's got a pretty good chance of beating that record.
We'll have to find out. That's one of the things we have to find out. Of course, let's see here. North Dakota won the FBS championship today over Eastern Washington, 38-24. That's their 7th title. And they ought to just call it the North Dakota Trophy or whatever, the North Dakota Championship, whatever.
They've won 7 out of the last 8 seasons. I think it was 2 years ago they didn't win, and then they just kind of regrouped.
Yeah.
And they've just what a great program, one of the best at any division, at any level in college sports.
Of course, the Colts hammered the Titans, or the Houston Texans in the first playoff game today, 21-7, and Dallas was leading 3-0 over Seattle. That was early in the first, so that kind of gets you caught up on some things. SIU was winning earlier. They're on the road at Northern Iowa, and we'll keep you up to date. Plus, there's Marion is at Harrisburg tonight for a high school game. I don't know, Heron, if they're playing tonight or not.
Heron's off tonight.
But we'll keep you up to date on all that. We're going to go on and take our final break, and in just a couple of minutes, SIU is leading 26-24. That's at the half at Northern Iowa. The Lions are still on the floor going through their final shoots. The Chester Yellow Jackets, coached by Brad Norman. They are on the sideline as they are getting prepared for the pregame festivities, the starting lineups here at Carterville High School. We're so glad to have you tuning in on News Radio WJPF. Don't forget you can listen online at WJPF.com. And if you would like to watch the game, you can go to YouTube and just search Chester Yellow Jackets at Carterville Lions 1519. And you can watch and listen to Scott and I here on News Radio WJPF. We're going to go on and take our final break. It's been your Baroviacs IGA pregame show. Starting lineups and tip-off are next on News Radio WJPF. Job well done by the Carterville High School band as they take care of the national anthem here before the start of this high school non-conference basketball game. The Chester Yellow Jackets out of the Black Diamond Conference making a trip to Carterville tonight. Next year, Scott, we get to go to Chester.
That's okay. That's okay.
Can we stop by that covered bridge on the way over to Chester?
We can do whatever you want.
That's
buddy.
always a cool place.
Well, I've never done a game in Chester. Whether I have done a football game there years ago. I've never done a basketball game there, so it'll be a first for me. But I think this is a good opponent for Carterville. It's a smaller school, but man, they're very good with 13 wins already.
And they're big. Yeah, they're big. Yeah, and Carterville needs to play these kind of teams to be able to handle size, because they're going to see it all year long. They're going to see it once they get into regionals, and it can only help them. As Ed Smith on the PA is announcing the starting lineup this evening here. Starting with the Chester Yellow Jackets, they are coached by Brad Norman. They are going to go with number 5, Keith Kiner III. We'll just call him Keith Kiner all night, the 6'6" senior. Also going with the 6-foot senior, number 13, Jake Cushman. Another senior. They only have 4 seniors. 4 of them start here. You have Colin Wingardner, the 6'1" senior, wears number 24, Ian Reith. The 6'6" guy, he's the one that stays in the paint and takes care of protecting the rim. Wears number 32, and then Drake Bowman, the 6'3" senior. So for the Chester Yellow Jackets, it'll be Kiner, Cushman, Wingardner, Reith, and Bowman.
You may have heard Coach Hawkins talk in the pregame that in the third quarter against Nashville, Chester led Nashville in that game. And at one point, I know Nashville has lost 2 games now. They only gave up 31 last night. But before that, I think Chester had scored the most points on Nashville until Nashville lost their first game in one of the, holiday tournaments. So this is a very good Chester team, and Carterville's going to have their hands full.
Well, let's kind of run down what they've done this year. They got beat by Murphy. They only got beat by 3 from Murphy in the Ernie Bozart tournament. They knocked off Lovejoy. They beat Sparta. They beat Vienna. They got beat by Nashville only by 9 points in that game. They knocked off Trico. Trico hammered Carterville a couple of weeks back. And then at Carbondale, they took a thumping at Carbondale, 60-37. But they did beat Anna Jonesboro. Carterville got the win over AJ for the second conference win this year. So a good opponent for the Carterville Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins is going to go with his normal starting lineup. He's gone with, for about the last month or so, it's going to be Bryce Anderson wearing number 12. It'll be Tyler Biddle, number 22. Number 23, the senior, Austin Garby at 1 forward. Dylan Moore at the other forward, wears number 24. And then in the paint, it'll be the 6'4" sophomore, Eli Downen. So it'll be Anderson, Biddle, Garby, Moore, and Eli Downen. Last night, Eli Downen, our star of the game, he winds up with 20 points, but let's not forget that Dylan Moore wound up with 12. Austin Garby had 12. Good performance by the bigs for the Lions.
Yeah, they're going to have a good performance by both Garby and Downen here tonight to get a win. Downen's been very aggressive since about the El Dorado Holiday Tournament on. He's been more aggressive with the ball. He's looking to score. Hopefully he can get the ball on the inside, maybe get those one-on-one matchups to where he can get one of the bigs for Chester in foul trouble. And we'll just have to see how it plays out, but I think it all starts with the guard play. Carterville's got to handle the pressure. They've got to be able to run their offense. They don't have to take a shot every 15, 20 seconds. Be patient on offense. Make sure you hit the open guy, and got to keep the Yellow Jackets off the offensive boards.
And keep in mind, this is only the 3rd home game for the Carterville Lions. Maybe some home cooking, shooting at their own rim. We'll see some better shooting stats out of the Carterville Lions. Both teams are on the floor. The officials are ready to go. Nice crowd. Chester traveled well. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. And, man, 6'6" Keith Kiner. Easy job on the tip, and he gets the first bucket of the game. Wasted no time at all on that.
Well, Dave, I just noticed one thing. Eli Downen is not starting in the starting lineup. Stritzel is starting in his place.
Yeah. Is Downen on the sideline?
He is on the bench.
Okay. We'll have to see how that plays out as Bryce Anderson fires from the baseline, gets his own rebound. Out top, left wing, Biddle for three is good. Tyler Biddle, he's really starting to pick up his game in the last couple or so.
And it all started in the El Dorado Holiday Tournament. He's played much better over the last 4 or 5 games.
For the Chester Yellow Jackets, on the floor, Drake Bowman, he's a 6'3 senior. Toward the right wing, that is Jake Cushman. Cushman back between the circle, picked up defensively by Bryce Anderson. He's a stout boy as he dribbles around toward the right side, hands it off to Bowman. Bowman picks up the dribble, brings it between the circles to the free throw line, kicks it out left wing to Wingirter. He fires from just inside the arc on the left wing. Wingirter's on the board. It is 4-3, Chester. Carterville's basketball, moving left to right. They're in the home whites this evening. Bryce Anderson to Austin Garby on the right wing, spin move away from Ian Reith. Takes it to the right block, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound quickly the other way. Reith with the dribble, outlet pass, down low. The shot is just thrown up from the bottom of the rim, no good. That shot taken by Wingirter, and Carterville gets the rebound. They bring it back the other way to the right wing, Dylan Moore. Left-hand dribble across the free throw line. Stops, looks for some help. Pass down low to Tyler Biddle was bobbled. It comes to Garby. He throws it up at the rack, no good. Gets his own board, shoots again, has it blocked, and Chester comes away with it. And they're going to slow things down. 3 opportunities for Carterville on that possession. Kiner misses from about 8 feet. The rebound is no good from Reith, and Carterville gets the rebound again. Here comes Bryce Anderson. Top of the key. With the left-hand dribble to the left wing. Finds an opening, takes it to the left low block. Off the glass is good for Bryce Anderson, getting that penetration on the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and Kiner has not shown the ability, for lack of a better word, to alter shots right now or even block him. He's just standing flat-footed, letting Carterville shoot on the inside.
And dribble right by him as Chester has the basketball. Wingirter to Cushman. Cushman is looking to set the offense for the Yellow Jackets. They're all bunched up at the free throw line, though, and they get it to the right side. That's where Bowman is. Down into the paint, has the ball stripped away. It's a travel. Actually, it's going to be the first turnover of the game, and that is on the Yellow Jackets at the 5:05 mark.
Stritzel cut him off on the baseline, and Garby did a good job of getting off his guy, coming over and helping and causing the turnover. Now down and checks in, Stritzel out.
Marion Wildcats lead Harrisburg after 1, 20-8. It is 5-4 here. Lions the 1-point lead on the Chester Yellow Jackets, who come into the game with a 13-5 record. Carterville 7-8. They are 3-1 in conference. Spin move by Garby, puts it up at the rack, battles for the board, throws it up again, misses, and the rebound comes off to the Yellow Jackets. The other way, another turnover. Is a bad pass is tipped away from Reith, and it's Bryce Anderson that comes away with it. Anderson active here early in this game for the Lions. Takes it to the free throw line, backs it up. Works to the right side, the left side. Left-hand layup, just in and out, no good. Yellow Jackets with the rebound.
Well, Carterville's had a couple of 2 or 3 shots right at the rim that they haven't been able to get to go in.
Ian Reith drives, gets fouled. I think that's going to be on Garby. And is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. Quick pace to this game, too.
Very quick pace. And, again, Carterville's very aggressive on the offensive end. I like seeing that, but you got to finish. You've got to hit those shots at the rim, and Carterville's missed 2 or 3 here early in the first.
Ian Reith, the 6'6 junior at the line, shooting 2. First one rims out, no good. Carterville up 5-4. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters. Carterville Lions Sports. Reith's second. I'm all tongue-tied. Man, he missed 2 free throws. Carterville gets the rebound. They're going to bring it the other way. 4:13 in the first quarter. Eli Downen, who just checked into the game for the Lions. Now to Tyler Biddle. He's also into the game, sporting the new haircut. Throws it to the backcourt. It's going to be a turnover on the Carterville Lions, their first backcourt violation. And Carterville leads it 5-4.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of getting in the wrong place. You know, you get inside the paint, you got everybody around you, instead of moving the ball on the perimeter. And that is Carterville's only their first turnover of the game.
Cushman across the timeline, left wing it goes. Now it goes to Kiner. Kiner toward the right wing to Bowman. They pass the ball around. They spread the love. Nice backdoor pass. Kick out to the top of the key. Left wing. 3 ball is wide open for Colin Wingirter. He's got 5 in the game. And now Chester has their first lead, 7-5. Carterville's basketball, right block. That's Garby. Looks for some help. Gets it to Dylan Moore. Down low to Downen on the left block. Powers his way to the rack, puts it up, no good. Garby the rebound, and the putback is good for Austin Garby. He's on the board, and we're all tied at 7.
Garby already has 5 offensive rebounds, but only 2 points to show for it.
one field goal. All tied at 7 at the 3-minute mark here, this non-conference game at Carterville High School on a Saturday night. Chester basketball. Top of the key to Bowman. Now to the right side they go to Cushman. Cushman looks inside. They're trying to set up Kiner. Can't get it to him. Top of the key. Wingirter takes it. Kick out pass to the right wing. Buried a 3. That is Cushman with the bucket. His first point of the game. And it's 10-7 Chester. Dylan Moore fires from 3 from the right wing. Doesn't hit anything. And Chester's on the run. There goes Bowman. Leaves it, top of the key, wide open 3 is off the back of the iron, too strong. Kiner the rebound, gets it, puts it up from 12, no good, or that's good for Kiner. He's got 4, and it's a quick 5-point lead now, 12-7 Chester.
Yeah, Carterville's got to settle down a little bit.
Don't let him get away from you. 32-26, Northern Iowa, early second half. SIU gave up a 7-0 run to start the half. Nice pass to Bryce Anderson. He misses the layup. Garby another rebound. Put back no good. Down on a rebound. Takes it up. Gets the buckets. Eli Downen's first field goal of the game at the 1:45 mark. It's a 3-point, 12-9 Chester lead.
8 offensive rebounds by Carterville so far, but only 2 points to show for it. But I like the way Carterville's hitting the offensive glass.
And that was one of the keys to the game, according to Coach Shane Hawkins. Top of the key, Wingirter. Off the dribble, leaves it to the right wing, gets it back, and brings the right-hand dribble toward the right wing. He's going to fire from 3 again, buries it. Sweet
Somebody's
shot.
got to get out on him.
Yes, they do. They can't let him do that. He's got 8 already in this game, 8 of the 15 for Chester. They lead at 15-9 at the 1:10 mark. Bryce Anderson. 2 down, a nice pass all around and down low to Garby. He gets the easy layup, his second field goal. Carterville's within 4.
Got to play some defense, especially on the perimeter.
They may have to make a switch on Wingirter. I don't see who they have defensively on him as we have a whistle on Dylan Moore. It's going to be a foul. Second team foul on the Lions. Ball will belong to Chester on the far sideline. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. Chester basketball, 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bowman, top of the key. Left wing it goes. Looks inside, has to right-hand dribble. More toward the top. Now they get it down to Kiner on the left low block. Jumps into the paint. Floater with the right hand is good for Kiner. He's got 6. 17-11, 23 seconds remaining. Carterville hold for the final shot. Dylan Moore loses the handle. Second turnover on the Lions. Quickly the other way. Wingirter takes it to the rack. Left hand off the bottom of the rim. No good. Yellow Jackets get the rebound. Top of the key it goes. Cushman holds with 7 seconds. He's guarded by Anderson. Right-hand dribble. Gets it to Kiner. He runs over the top of Dylan Moore. No call. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, turnover for Chester. That's 3.
Long shot at the buzzer's well short. 17-11, Chester lead your Carterville Lions at the end of 1. Second quarter action is next on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School. Dave Mckenzie with Scott Hudson as we head to the second. Chester leads Carterville 17-11.
Carterville only shot 29% in that first quarter. They actually attempted 5 more shots than Chester did. Chester shooting 58% in that first quarter. They had 3 threes to help lead them to this 6-point lead heading into the second.
When you look at the scoring, Chester is led by Colin Wingarter. He's got 2 threes and a field goal, 8 points. Keith Kiner has 6. Cushman has 3. And they hang 17 points on that first quarter clock. Carterville led by Garby with 4. Bryce Anderson, Tyler Biddle hit a 3, and Eli Downing got on the board. Carterville puts 11 on the scoreboard. They have the ball to start play here in the second quarter. As it's Bryce Anderson, his shot is off the side of the backboard, and Chester takes it the other way. Cushman, left wing, Kiner fires from 3 from the left corner. Wow, they just bury that 3, no wonder.
We were so worried coming into the game about their size and how it would affect Carterville on the inside. Inside game hasn't had to do anything because they've been shooting the ball so well from the outside.
It sure hasn't. We have a blocking foul on Chester's Kiner. Him and Downing are battling. Kiner's walking right on him, eyeballing him as he gets set for the next inbounds pass. Anderson gets it to Dylan Moore, left wing, to Downing up top. Down low to Garby on the left low block. Spins his way in the paint. Right-hand layup is good from Garby. He's got 6. If they're going to play down in that tight, that's going to leave that open for Garby.
Yeah, Garby's going to be aggressive every time he gets the ball. Once he gets on the inside, he just has to finish.
Kiner has it. Down low, kicks it out to the right wing, passes up the 3 ball. That is Reith. He's fouled as he takes it to the hole and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Well, they've been shooting the ball so well from the outside that if, you have to get out on them, but they're also quick and they can make that one step, get by you, and then get to the glass real easily.
Bryce Anderson picks up his first foul. It was not a shooting foul, so Chester has the basketball. Spin move from the left, block off the iron, no good. That taken by Reith. Carterville gets the basketball, but it's on the floor. Everybody goes diving for it, and it's a turnover on the Chester.
Well, they call it timeout.
Oh, they got the timeout. We'll take a break as well. The 6:32 mark, 20-13. Chester leads your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. A certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502 or go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com. 20-13, 7-point lead for Chester at the 6:32 mark. Chester has the basketball right in front of the Carterville bench. Moving from right to left in their road orange jerseys. Need to hurry up and get it in. They get it to Kiner. Out top, they give it to Cushman. Cushman is guarded by Bryce Anderson. Back to Kiner at the free throw line, left elbow. 2 dribbles to the right, dumps it to the right wing, passes up the 3 ball, drives, right-hand layup is good. That is good for Bowman. His first bucket of the game. They're spreading the love. All 5 starters are in the books.
Yeah, once they get that step on the defender, they're going into the lane, and there's nobody there to stop them.
Eli Downing to Garby, to Carson Pearson, who checks into the game for Coach Shane Hawkins and the Lions. He takes the basketball, drives the baseline, kick out pass to Garby, left corner. Lions work the perimeter. Eli Downing got away with it must have got tipped as Coach Brad Norman puts his hand on his Shannon says, I can't believe they missed that. Anderson fires from 3. That's short. Kiner gets the rebound for the Yellow Jackets. Quickly the other way to Bowman. Now to Reith to Kiner. Kiner, top of the circle, right-hand dribble. Toward the left wing right wing rather, it goes. Now down on the low block, on the baseline. Kick out to the top of the key. Wingardner fires from about 12, gets the high hop off the rim, and he's got 10 points in this game.
They've hit 6 of their last 7 shots, and now a turnover on Carterville, and this thing is just about ready to get out of hand.
It's an 11-point lead, and Coach Shane Hawkins it's actually a timeout taken by Chester. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break as well. 24-13 on News Radio, WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702. Proud sponsors of Carterville Lions Sports, the IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Chester has the basketball at the 5:06 mark. Length of the floor to go as they get it to Bowman. Drake Bowman, the 6'3 senior, runs the point. Now he gives it to Cushman. He steps across the timeline. Anderson on him defensively. Kiner has it. Nice backdoor pass. Left-hand layup is missed on the cutting Wingardner. He's missed 2 of those so far in the game. He's already got 10 points. He'd be up near 15 as Garby went to leave the basketball for Downen, turns it over the other way. The left-hand layup from Wingardner is good. 12 for him.
They've turned turnovers into points, and Carterville, who already has 9 offensive rebounds, have only turned those 9 into 4 points.
Carterville's basketball. Downen to Pearson to Garby on the right wing. Drives the baseline, has to pull up, needs some help, trying to get it to Downen, and his pass is tipped away. Another turnover quickly the other way. It's the lob pass for Kiner, but he has to tip it, and then a foul as Wingardner gets his hands on it, and Dylan Moore reaches in, slaps him on the wrist. Dylan Moore just picked up his second foul. 26-13 at the 4:08 mark. Checking into the game for the first time, DeAndre Martin. He is going to replace Cushman, Jake Cushman, the senior. 13-point lead at the 4:08 mark. This is an impressive Chester team.
Very impressed, especially with their outside shooting.
1, 2, 3, 4 3-pointers already in this game. In the first half for Chester. They have the basketball, far side. It's left side of your dial. Wingardner to DeAndre Martin. Martin is guarded by Anderson. Back to Bowman. Down low. From the block, the shot's no good. Chester gets the rebound. Kiner drives, throws it at the rack, no good. Battle for the board, and Dylan Moore comes away with it for the Lions. Carterville, the way they were rebounding early, they're not doing that now. As Luke Stritzel banks it off the backboard, gets the bucket, 26-15.
Now Carterville's got to try to finish strong this last 3:20. Maybe get down only 6 or 7 by halftime and have some positive going into the locker room.
What I meant by that, Carterville's not dominating the boards like they did early on in this contest there in the first quarter. Down on the block, Kiner has it now, top of the key, gives it to Wingardner. Marion leads Harrisburg 38-17. The 3 ball from DeAndre Martin is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
No. Chester's missed their last 3 shots in the field. Time for Carterville to heat up a little bit and cut into this lead.
Down 11, 26-15 at the 2:50 mark here of the first half. Bryce Anderson, who's been in the game from the beginning, hasn't headed to the bench. We got a bump foul on Chester. That's going to be on Reith. And believe it or not, that is the first foul. Nope, that's the second foul on Chester. Reith just picked up his first. Carterville basketball. Triggered by Anderson to Pearson. Now to Downen. Right-hand dribble between the legs. He's bumped by Kiner. Foul on Kiner as he gets into Eli Downen.
Yeah, silly foul by Kiner. Downen's top of the key. Now Kiner's going to come out.
Back into the game is Cushman. Carterville can make a little noise here with Kiner on the bench. He had Downen pretty well bottled up defensively. Luke Stritzel, turnaround jumper from about 10 feet is good.
He's hit 2 in a row.
Yeah, he's got 4, 26-17. That's what the Lions need to do. The other way. Wingardner wants to get to isolation. Kick out to the right wing. 3 ball off the back of the iron. Battle for the board. It's tipped around. Chester gets it. Down under the block. The layup by DeAndre Martin is good. Plus he gets fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Well, ever since Martin's come into the game, he got an offensive rebound. And then on that play, he wasn't credited with the offensive rebound, but he kept the play alive. And it goes to the corner. He sneaks in underneath. He gets the bucket and going to get the chance for the three-point play. He's been everywhere since he came in.
Dylan Moore just picked up his 3rd foul. He has to head to the bench. Martin, he misses the and one. 28-17, an 11-point lead. Lions basketball. Bryce Anderson put a move on Martin, spun him out. He recovers, though. Pearson up top now. To Downen. Hands back to Pearson. Takes it to the hole. Has a shot blocked from behind. The ball comes to Stritzel. Back to Pearson. Carterville can reset. Downen steps into the paint. Puts it up off the board. Gets the roll. Downen gets the bucket. He's got 4. And Carterville's within 9.
Carterville's just got to get some stops on the defensive end.
Cushman to Martin. He looks inside. Now they go just inside the arc into the paint. Top of the key, DeAndre Martin behind the back dribble at the free throw line. Backs it up. 1:15 remaining in the second quarter. 28-19, Chester lead. They're trying to get the ball in the paint, but with Kiner on the bench, a little bit tougher. As it is Drake Bowman that runs over the top of the Carterville Lion. And that is Bryce Anderson, the smallest guy on the floor. Takes the charge as the foul is on Bowman, his first. And that's the 5th team foul on the Chester Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, 4th turnover for Chester. They're just trying their darndest to get the ball on the inside, and Carterville's done a pretty good job of not allowing them to get the entry pass in there. But what Carterville's got to do a better job of is not allowing that penetration from their guards into the paint.
Matt Carando comes in to replace Ian Reith, the 6-foot sophomore. 60 seconds remaining in the half as head coach Brad Norman talks to the official just below us here. Got his hands spread out asking why. He's asking why. That's what it looked like. 48-47 on the clock. Downen between the circles, gives it to Tyler Biddle. Biddle sporting the new haircut. Got his locks cut off. Downen has it on the low block. Spin move, right hand hook, gets the roll. Hitting up the front of the iron, but they'll roll in. That's touch. And Carterville's within 7. Nice push by the Lions. Martin up top of the key. Right side it goes to Bowman. Now to Cushman, top of the key. Back to Bowman. Down low to DeAndre Martin. Has his pass blocked. It's off of Martin. A turnover on Chester. Is that their first turnover of the quarter?
I think it is. Well, they've got 5 for the game.
Yep.
The same as Carterville.
Yep. That's what I got. Anderson with 4, 3 seconds. Takes it down low. Stritzel at the buzzer, no good. Hey, Carterville made a push there at the end of the second quarter. They're within 7, 28-21 as we head to our Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show. The Yellow Jackets lead the Lions. That's next on News Radio WJPF. Okay.
Woohoo!
Hush.
I don't like either team. It's who I hate more.
I know. Hey, this is awesome. There's Janiyah. We're at the half, 28-21. Chester, the 7-point lead on the Carterville Lions. They just here at halftime recognized Janiyah Thompson, the junior basketball player for Matt Crane and the Lady Lions, who last weekend at the Rangerette Christmas Classic scored her 1,000th point. They give her a basketball to recognize the 1,000 points her junior year. She's out there doing a contest now. They do the layup, the free throw, the three-pointer, and then she's got a chance.
She's made
about 3 for 3 from half court. This is, she'll make this. I promise you, it's good. Oh, no, it's no good.
She's got 20 seconds left, so.
She's going to heave it up.
Not too strong.
She's waiting for the drama, waiting for the horn. From half. Yes! Janiyah Thompson. Congratulations to Janiyah Thompson. She just won $50, I think. And but she scored her 1,000th point last week at the Rangerette Christmas Classic. She's an incredible girl, a fantastic basketball player, and we're thrilled to have her as a Carterville Lion. She gets the high five from Coach Matt Crane. Here in this ball game, it's been Chester. They got up on the Lions, up by about 13 points, but Carterville there at the end of the second quarter was able to bounce back and pull this game to within 7, Scott.
Well, Carterville needed to finish strong. They needed to get the deficit under 10, which is exactly what they did. Carterville shot 38% in the first half. They shoot 39% for a game, so they're right on target there. 57% for Chester. That's got to change if Carterville wants to come back and win this game. Turnovers, both teams had 5. Rebounding, the Yellow Jackets, let's see here, had 12. Carterville out-rebounded Chester 14-12. Garby led the Lions with 7, 6 of those offensive. Reith led the Yellow Jackets with 5.
When you look at scoring for Coach Brad Norman and his Chester Yellow Jackets, they are led by Colin Wingirter. He had 12 points. He only had 4 in the second quarter. He had 8 in the first, including 2 threes and a field goal. You have DeAndre Martin with 2 points. Keith Kiner, he has 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Cushman has 3, and Drake Bowman has 2. Sleet or snow, call Joe. At the half, 28-21 in this contest, Chester lead the Carterville Lions. The Dallas Cowboys have taken the lead on the Seattle Seahawks, 10-6. The Hawks came down, kicked a field goal to take a 6-3 lead, but Cowboys, they came right back at game almost at the half. Again, the Colts beat the Texans 21-7 in the first wild card game today. Go Bears tomorrow. Go Bears tomorrow, Scott Hudson.
Eagles.
No,
fly, Eagles, fly.
No, we can't
fly,
have
Eagles,
that.
fly.
Go Bears tomorrow.
Well, one thing we can agree on and we're happy about is after 2 periods in St. Louis, the Blues lead the New York Islanders 2-1.
And the last score that, let's see here, 44-42 SIU up at UNI. That was at 6.5 left. Marion leading Harrisburg 38-17 at the half. And let's see here. That's all the scores that we've gotten. We mentioned it during the pregame. North Dakota, winner of the FBS championship today over Eastern Washington, 38-24. Their 7th title in 8 years. They are dominant.
It's called a dynasty, I think.
It is. That is a dynasty. That is a dynasty. 28-21, Carterville was able to battle back, Scott, there toward the end of the second quarter. Kiner had to go to the bench. That kind of opened up. Downen, Garby was able to get in and score a couple of buckets, and at least they got that 13-point lead down to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, now it's manageable. I think in the second quarter, for whatever reason, Chester didn't attempt near as many three-point shots as they did in the first. Part of that could have been because Carterville's guards and forwards are coming out and guarding the three a little bit better. Chester tried to get the ball on the inside, didn't have a whole lot of success doing that, but Carterville, got 2 big buckets from Stritzel in that second quarter to help cut into this lead. So Carterville's just, they did a pretty good job. They only gave up 5 offensive rebounds in that first quarter. That's our first half. That's good. But Carterville had 9 offensive rebounds, but only 4 points to show for it. So we talk about finishing at the rim. You hear Coach Hawkins talking about that. Carterville missed a lot of bunnies in that first quarter. That hurt them, but they're only down by 7. They have a shot in the second half.
We're going to take a break here on our halftime show. 28-21, Chester on top of the Lions on News Radio WJPF. We have one more break, right? Yeah, we'll take a 60. One more 60. To Carterville High School. I'm Dave Mckenzie, along with my broadcast partner, Scott Hudson. Chester comes into the game with a 13-5 record overall. They play in the Black Diamond Conference, but some common opponents. They played Trico, buried Trico. Of course, Trico buried the Carterville Lions. They beat Anna Jonesboro. Carterville got the win over HA in the second river-to-river conference game of the year. So this is an impressive Chester team. I'm impressed with their size. Kiner is a smooth ball player down low, but I tell you what, keep him on the bench, and that opens things up for the Lions.
Yeah, no question. I think the thing I'm impressed with, not only is Chester big, but all their players can handle the ball very well. They are definitely the quicker team of the two here tonight, but they handle the ball so well, and they all shoot the ball well. Kiner even stepped out and hit a big 3 in that first quarter. So, this is just a complete team. They would start 4 seniors, so this apparently is their year. They've been waiting for this year probably for at least 2 years.
That wraps up your Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show. When we return, third quarter action as the Carterville Lions battle the Chester Yellow Jackets at Carterville High School. It's Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you. See that little guy getting his back massaged?
Uh-huh.
I would pay $100 for that.
I'd pay $150 as a female.
My back has just been killing me here about the last week. Welcome back to Carterville High School. Dave Mckenzie and Scott Hudson. 28-21, we're at the half. Both teams are back on the floor. Chester will have the basketball to start second half, and we appreciate you tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. 10-6, Cowboys lead the Seahawks. Hawks missed a field goal at the horn at the half there as Chester gets on the board first. It was Ian Reith with the bucket. He's got 2 points for the Yellow Jackets. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Carterville moving from right to left in the home whites here this evening. Nice crowd. Carterville on the far side. Chester traveled well. That hour-and-a-half drive from Chester, Illinois. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It's going to continue to be Carterville Lions basketball. Anderson will trigger the inbound. Throws it out of bounds. Intended for Eli Downen.
Downen was open, and Anderson just threw it out of bounds. Shane Hawkins just walking up and pacing up and down from the bench, now squats.
Chester has it into the front court. Cushman, guarded by Anderson, on the right wing. He gets it to Reith. Nice pass down underneath the basket to Cushman. He's got 5 in the game, and it's a 32-21, 11-point lead for Chester. SIU up 49-47, 2.5 left in that game at Northern Iowa tonight. Tyler Biddle tries to get the pass down to Garvey on the low block. It's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Ian Reith. It's going to belong to the Lions. From the baseline, Anderson to Downen to Garvey. Pulls up the dribble, needs some help. Right side it goes to Tyler Biddle. At the free throw line, left-hand dribble, drives the left side of the lane, gets his man in the air, puts the shot up. Nice job by Tyler Biddle. He beats his man to the hole, gets his field goal. He's got 5 in the game.
Carterville's going to need more of that out of the guards to get back into this ball game.
Get that penetration like they did early in the game in the first quarter. 32-23, a 9-point Chester lead. Baseline drive from Wintergarter, drops it down low, leaves it for Reith. He gets fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
All 3 Chester possessions in this third quarter have ended inside the paint, right at the rim. 2 baskets and now a foul. Garvey was late coming over to cut him off on the baseline, and it was easy for him to make that pass. And now they'll go to the free throw line.
Ian Reith, he is 0 for 3 from the free throw line here this evening. He's got 1 field goal, 2 points total for the 6'6 junior. Second free throw, hits that one, 1 for 4. 25% from the line here in the game. He's there was one other free throw shot, that by DeAndre Martin, and that was missed. Dylan Moore leaves the ball, trying to have Payne again, and he's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws again.
Well, they're making it look easy right now, talking about Chester. All of their possessions, all 4, have ended inside the paint, and Carterville's got to do a better job of stopping that dribble drive penetration.
Reith hits his first free throw. The foul was on Tyler Biddle. That's his first. That's the second team foul on the Lions here in this second half. Ian Reith, the 6'6 junior. Second free throw on the way. No good. 2 for 6 from the line. 34-25, a 9-point Chester lead. Biddle to down, a nice pass to Garvey. Hits him right in the hand. Goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Lions.
Yep. got to have soft hands.
5.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville trying to battle back into this game. Wingirter, top of the key now, left wing it goes to Bowman. He fires from just inside the arc, down and Kiner battle for the board. It was off of Kiner, so it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Carterville's still in it, but they've got to slowly cut into this lead.
They're down 9. 5:08 on the clock. Left wing to Biddle. So Dylan Moore, his pass too late. He's trying to get it to Garby. Another turnover on the Lions. Chester has it in the front court to Reith. Backs down and down, banks it off the board, no good. Come flying in out of nowhere. Bowman traveled with the basketball as he grabbed the rebound. Come over the top, but he turns it over. Marion leads Harrisburg 57-24 at the end of 3. Marion's kind of on a roll right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a much better team than what we saw in the Pyramid Plus tournament.
Carterville has the basketball in the front court. Downing, top of the key to Anderson, to Biddle. He drives the left baseline. Man, keep feeding that ball to Tyler Biddle because he's getting it done for the Lions. 34-27. Double team up top. Chester's able to break it. Now they can reset at the 4:07 mark of the third quarter. 34-27. 7-point lead. Reith leaves it for Kiner. Travels with the basketball. Turnover again.
Garby stepped in front of him right when he got the pass, and he took steps, and Carterville's got a chance to cut into this 7-point lead.
Bryce Anderson with the left-hand dribble across the logo at midcourt. Slows thing, left, right dribble. Now to the left side to Downing between the circles. To Garby. Right wing it goes to Biddle. He dumps it down low to Garby. He gets the bucket and the foul and is going to go to the line and shoot the and one. Well done, boys.
Last 2 possessions by Carterville have been very nice finishes. One by Biddle, this one by Garby on the entry pass. And Carterville could cut this Chester lead to 4 with a free throw here.
Garby hits the free throw. He's got 11 to lead the Lions. Keep feeding him the ball as well. Make it the Biddle-Garby show. Carterville's pulled it within 4 at the 3:30 mark. Chester with the basketball. Jake Cushman sets the play for the Yellow Jackets. Right wing it goes to Wingirter. He looks inside. Kiner's asking for the ball, but he had down and draped all over him. Top of the key. Now Kiner comes out. He's going to fire from 3. Man, sweet touch for Kiner. His second three-pointer. He's got 12 in the game. His first field goal here in the third, though.
That's a dagger there.
Yeah, puts the lead back at 7 points for Chester. Bryce Anderson fires from 3 off the front of the iron, no good. And it's DeAndre Martin that brings it the other way. He tries to get it to Kiner, has it picked off. Goes.
And then Carterville turns it over.
Carterville turns it over. I believe it was a travel. So it's going to belong to Chester.
Dave, the difference in this game is Chester's ability to hit the outside shot, talking about the 3, and Carterville, which only has 1 3 in this game. That's the difference right now. Everything else has been pretty even.
And Chester has 5 of them. What a move by Kiner. Spins his way into the paint. Gets the field goal. 14 now for Keith Kiner the third. 39-30 in that 4-point lead. Now quickly back to 9 at the 2:30 mark. Doesn't take long. Biddle. He's tormented by DeAndre Martin. He drives and misses the right-hand layup. Martin gets the rebound. Here come the Yellow Jackets. The pass is tipped out of bounds by Dylan Moore, who's back into the game with 3 fouls. Nice job defensively there. Tyler Biddle's going to go to the bench. Carson Pearson replaces him. 2:16 remaining. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville, sponsors and supporters of Lions sports. Right-hand dribble up top. That's Cushman. to DeAndre Martin. He has to back it up and gives it to Keith Kiner. The 6'6 senior to the left wing it goes to Bowman. Bowman to Cushman. Now to Kiner. Passes up the 3-ball, spin move, right block off the glass. Wow, what a move by Keith Kiner. 16 for Kiner, and it's back to an 11-point lead at the 1:45 mark.
He's kind of taken over this ball game.
Bryce Anderson misses the 12-footer from the right elbow. Garby gets the rebound, throws it up, gets fouled, and is going to go to the line. Shoot a couple of free throws, as I think they're going to get Drake Bowman on the foul for Chester. They do, his second. Garby's going to go to the line and shoot a couple. Kiner, that spin move was just smooth as all get out.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about that, especially given his size. And it just seems like 30 seconds ago, Carterville was in 4, and now Chester's gone on a 7-0 run to extend that lead back to 11.
Garby missed the first of 2 from the line. Second one is on the way, misses it off the right side, but Downing's there to clean it up. He gets bumped as he shoots. It goes over the top, out of bounds off the Lions. It's going to belong to Chester Yellow Jackets. I've got Carterville for 5 turnovers this half.
I got them for 4, but either way, they only have 9 or 10 for the game, and that's not been an issue tonight. That has not been the issue at all.
And it wasn't an issue last night.
No.
DeAndre Martin with the left-hand dribble across the timeline for Chester. Into the paint it goes to Cushman. Down low to Kiner. Back to Cushman. Back to Kiner as the ball is tipped away. Kiner battles his way to the board, gets the shot, gets fouled, and is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Now they're going to say it was on the floor. So Chester will inbound.
Yep.
Kiner was kind of quiet other than that 3 in the first half, but he's really taking charge here in the third quarter.
Yeah, he is. DeAndre Martin. Now it goes to Wingirter. To Cushman. Now to Bowman. Toward the left baseline. He drives. He's cut off by Dylan Moore. Nice job defensively, but it goes to Kiner. He's squaring up down and now has to take it to Wingirter between the circles. Pearson is on him. Wingirter's been quiet for a little bit. Don't want to jinx that, though. Kiner has it in the corner. Throws the ball into the backcourt. That's going to be a turnover on Chester Yellow Jackets.
Now they've got 4 in the half. They've got 9 for the game.
So with 51 seconds left, Carterville can cut this 11-point lead to single digits. Nice pass to Dylan Moore on the inbounds from Bryce Anderson. Moore converts his first bucket of the game, and they do get the game to a 9-point lead for Chester. And Dylan Moore comes in. You can hear the crowd yell, "Wolf," as Moore come in behind. Kiner misses the 3-ball, doesn't hit anything. Lions with the chance to close out the end of the third quarter on this possession. Bryce Anderson, the right-hand dribble. Backs it up, slows things down. 21 seconds remaining. Carterville will hold for the final shot. As Pearson takes over between the circles, steps back on the logo at midcourt. He's guarded by DeAndre Martin. Under 10 now. 8, 7, 6. Anderson. This is how they set up last night at Sparta. Down to Downing. Right elbow. In the paint. Kiner blocks his shot at the buzzer. And that's how it's going to end. 41-32. Chester has the lead on the Lions heading to the fourth quarter. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Got it.
I'm probably in the minority on this, but I've never understood why coaches will play for the last shot at the end of the quarter when you're behind by 5 or more points.
Yeah,
you need to get as many opportunities as you can.
I agree.
I don't get that. I really don't.
Especially when you're holding the ball for 45 seconds.
Right.
No, I understand. Heading to the fourth quarter, Chester Yellow Jackets lead the Lions 41-32.
Carterville shot 45% in the third quarter, but Chester shot 62% in that third quarter.
Carterville has the ball to open play here in the fourth quarter. Bryce Anderson with a left-hand dribble to the left wing. Now to Moore, back to Anderson, left wing. Top of the key to Pearson. Dylan Moore shifts to the right wing, drives the baseline, gets the right-hand layup. Dylan Moore's picked it up here in the second half. He's got 2 field goals. Carterville's down 41-34.
Got to get a defensive stop here, get that ball back.
Chester with the basketball. Cushman guarded by Anderson. Spin move to Kiner, right wing. Guarded by Downen. Downen squares him up. Waits for him to make the move. They get it down low to to Reith. Wide open 3 from the left corner off the back of the iron by Cushman. A whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Cushman of Chester. That's his first foul, I believe. Carterville basketball.
The law of averages finally caught up to Chester. You knew or hoped that they weren't going to keep hitting those threes like they did in the first half, and now Carterville down by 7 with another opportunity to cut into this lead.
Carterville has it. Downen fires from, it's a 2-pointer. His foot was on the line. Rebound battled for it. Goes out of bounds off of Dylan Moore. It's going to belong to the Chester Yellow Jackets. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Chester basketball, length of the floor to go. They are up 41-34. Kiner's going to bring it up this time between the legs. Beats Downen to the left wing. Now he gives it up to Cushman, to Wingirter, down low to Bowman, back to Wingirter, steps inside the arc, kicks it out top of the key to DeAndre Martin. Should have been a double dribble, not called. Been about 3 of those tonight, not called. Carterville gets the double team on Reith. He throws it into the backcourt, forces the turnover. First turnover here in the fourth, the 5th in the half for Chester. Carterville has the ball.
This is now the second opportunity. Carterville's had to cut into this 7-point lead. Possessions become a little more precious at this point in the game.
Just like last night, Carterville's just hanging around. Or Chester's letting them hang around. They just can't put them away. Carterville's battling back. Carson Pearson fires from 3. Battle for the board's no good. Comes off to the Chester as Tyler Biddle come crashing in. Wasn't able to grab hold of it. So Wingirter steps across the timeline. Left wing to Bowman. To Ian Reith. He's guarded by Stritzel. To Bowman. Down low. They get it to Wingirter. On the block. Kick out to Kiner. Squares up for a 3. No good. And Anderson gets the rebound for the Lions. The other way at the 5:30 mark. 41-34. Carterville can cut into this lead a little more. Anderson gets a runner to the hole. Gets the right-hand layup. Bryce Anderson just picked up his 4th point. Carterville's within 5 at the 5:20 mark.
Lions won't go away.
Just like last night, Sparta let them hang around. An opportunity to put them away. Chester's had that too. As Cushman walks with the basketball, turns it over. Things are starting to break Carterville's way, and head coach Brad Norman wants to talk to his Yellow Jackets. He calls timeout. It is going to be a full timeout. It is 41-36. Chester with the lead on the Lions at NewsRadio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare. They are dedicated to the communities they serve in Southern Illinois. You can call toll-free 866-744-2468 or visit online, sih.net. It's a 5-point Chester lead at the 5:09 mark, and Carterville has the ball.
Carterville just won't go away. They are playing smart basketball here in the fourth quarter and good defense as well.
We talked about in the pregame show how Carterville's learning how to handle these close games. They've done it this year. As Moore has his pass kicked out of bounds, Shane Hawkins claps for his Lions. Downing's going to trigger from just in front of the Lions bench. Into Bryce Anderson. Anderson, right wing to Dylan Moore to Garby. Garby's been quiet for the last handful of minutes. Moore to Downing at the free throw line, takes it in the paint, right hand jumper's good from about 5 feet away. Look at this, look at this. Carterville's within 3 at the 4:30 mark. Down, it's Moore out on the press. Chester into the front court though. To Bowman. Bowman wants to get it to Kiner, has to go right side to Wingirter. He looks inside. Now Kiner comes out top to the left wing. Downing's on him defensively to Reith. Reith has Garby on him. To Kiner on the left baseline toward the corner. Top of the key, it comes to Bowman. Travels with a charging foul on Reith, I believe.
He got an elbow into Moore, and Moore hit the deck.
No, that's going to be on Bowman. The third on Bowman. Turnover, Chester. Look at this. Carterville can get to within 1. They could tie it with a 3. Bryce Anderson.
They were down by 11 at one point in the second half.
Yes, they were. Bryce Anderson to the left wing to Dylan Moore. Gets a runner to the left baseline, puts it up and good. Carterville's within 2.
Actually within 1.
I mean within 1, yes. I'm not good at math. Thank you for the correction.
That's all right. I'm not either. I only have 5 or 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Kiner. Down and on him, gets the screen, drives the right side of the lane, puts it up off the glass. Nice move from Keith Kiner. 18 for Kiner in this contest. Pushes it back to a 3-point Yellow Jacket lead. I have to move my chair away, Scott Hudson. I'm going to start the pacing. Carterville has it. Front court, Dylan Moore, who's stepped up here in the second half. He's got 6 second half points. To Downing. Downing now to Garby. Right wing it goes to Tyler Biddle, who just checked in. Top of the key, Bryce Anderson's wide open for 3, and it up, no good. I couldn't go any more in and come out. Quickly on the run, Wingirter has it. Takes it to the right baseline. Has to back it up, and they're going to slow things down as Ian Reith. Now to Cushman, to Kiner. Gets the pass down low. Nice pass to Reith. He can't convert the layup, though, and the Lions get the rebound. 2:20 remaining in the game. Carterville down 3. Bryce Anderson puts it up, in and out, no good. Once again, the ball is on the floor, and we have a timeout that is called by Brad Norman of Chester at the 2:19 mark. It's 43-40. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break as well here at News Radio WJPF. Wow.
Man,
Thank you.
3 just wouldn't go in.
No.
Moore, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dylan Moore drove the baseline. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, a certified York dealer. Service all brands. Call 985-2502 or visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Scott, we have to name in our postgame show our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game.
Now, there's a couple of players off both teams that are going to get nominations. And one, a hero for Carterville, hopefully may step forward at the end of the game, win the game, and put his name in the hat.
Wouldn't that be sweet? Carterville down 3 at the 2:15 mark. 43-40. Chester has the basketball. Cushman guarded by Anderson. Nice aggressive D by Anderson, but they call him for the bump as he got his chest into Cushman. So Anderson just picked up his 3rd foul. 4th team foul on the Lions. Carson Pearson is going to replace Bryce Anderson. Going to get a quick breather. Chester basketball. The official has to grab a towel, wipe off the basketball. It's going to be Wingirter that triggers. He gets it to Bowman, back to Wingirter, back to Bowman. Carterville forces the ball top of the key to Kiner. Leaves it for Cushman. Back to Kiner. Floats across the free throw line. Tried to backdoor cut, throws the ball away. Another turnover. I've got him for 4 here in the 4th.
I've got him for 8 in the second half and 13 in the game. Carterville only has 9 turnovers in this game, and Carterville with yet another opportunity to either tie with a 3 or pull to within 1.
1:45 on the clock. Come on, Lions, let's pull this thing out. Eli Downing, guarded by Kiner. To Pearson, fires from 3. That's Anderson. No good, and a rebound as it was Austin Garby went over the back on the rebound. It's going to be the 2nd foul on Garby. Pearson's going to replace Anderson defensively.
You got to take that shot, though. He was open. You got to take it.
Yes, you do. Length of the floor for Chester. They get the inbounds to Kiner. He gives it back to Bowman. To Wingirter. He's draped. Tyler Biddle draped on him for the foul. He's not a good free throw shooter.
That's only the 6th team foul in Carterville, so they have to foul one more time before they go to the line.
I tell you what, you can foul this team because they're not good from the line. They haven't been tonight. So with the 1:26 mark, you can bet that's what Carterville's going to do. Although not quickly right now. Wingirter has it. Now it goes up top to Cushman. Cushman's guarded by Anderson. To Reef. To Kiner. Left wing. It goes. They're trying to work the clock. 65 seconds remaining. Kiner up top. Chester has a 3-point lead, 43-40. Under a minute we go. Somebody's going to have to do something. Carterville's going to have to foul or force him to the line as almost a turnover on Bowman. Chester has it down there.
Carterville's got a foul.
Got a foul. Finally, Garby comes out and fouls. Who is that? That's going to be Reith. Reith is 2 for 6 from the line. Good call to foul him. Garby gets the foul, picks up his 3rd. Reith is at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. He's 2 for 6.
Got
3 for 7. Pushes that lead to 4 points at 4. Look at that. 4s are wild up there. 44.4 seconds left. 44-40 lead. Chester has 4 team fouls. Carterville has 4 timeouts left. Reith misses the 2nd. Carterville with 39 seconds left, down 4. A 2-possession lead for Chester. They threw the ball away. They get it to Kiner. He travels. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Dylan Moore as he got into Kiner. The length of the floor. So Kiner's going to go to the line and shoot free throws.
Only the 10th turnover by Carterville tonight. But in this case, it's not how many, it's when they occurred. And that might be the turnover that cost Carterville a chance to come back and win this ball game.
I think so. 30 seconds remaining. Keith Kiner, the 3rd at the line, shooting his first free throw. It's no good, and Downing gets the rebound, and we have a timeout by the officials.
They're not shooting 2.
No. It's a 1-and-1.
It's a 1-and-1.
It's going to belong to Carterville on the side. No!
How's that 2 shots? How is that 2 shots? That was a 1-and-1. That was not.
Yeah, the 3rd official steps in and corrects the other 2. And now Coach Brad Norman says, how can that be switched? The official says, my bad. We conferred. Brad Norman, love his facial expressions. Now the other official that came in and corrected the other 2 talks to Shane Hawkins. He's going to bring the officials back together. they can go to our video replay.
I don't know what the discussion is here other than maybe Coach Hawkins wants a little more time put on the clock.
There should be, probably. Second.
Yeah.
But in high school, you can't go to video replay.
Shane apparently doesn't like the answer he got. But either way, 30 seconds left. Carterville down by 4. They still have a shot. They don't have to take a 3. If it's there, you've got to take it.
Well, they said it took 30 seconds off and put 29.2. So 0.8 taken off the clock. No wonder Shane didn't like what he heard. Length of the floor to go to the Lions, down 4, 27, 26. Look at that, Connor Hawkins is in the game. Bryce Anderson, right wing, left-hand dribble, brings it around the top. Back to the right side, Connor Hawkins can't get open, steps inside the arc, fires nothing, over the top of the rim. Chester gets the rebound, and we have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Connor Hawkins.
Yeah, probably not the shot you're looking for, but time was running out.
It's a two-possession game, too.
So you've got to take whatever you can get.
Yes, exactly. So Wingardner's going to go to the line and shoot free throws. And it's going to be a 1-and-1. To make sure the officials know. That's the 9th team foul. Foul was on Connor Hawkins. Wingardner. He's 0 for 2, or 0 for 1, and he gets that one. One for 2. Second from Wingardner. He's got 13 points in the game. Looking for 14 and gets it. That iced the game right there. 12 seconds remaining, 46-40. Anderson, left wing, ball's tipped out of bounds by Wingardner with 7.6 remaining. Shane Hawkins wants a timeout. Gets the clipboard out. It's going to be a full timeout. At 7.6 seconds remaining, it's a 6-point Yellow Jacket lead here on News Radio, WJPF.
Wow. The Blues.
Just go 30.
Blues were up 2-1 in the third. Islanders only have 11 shots on goal, but they scored 2 goals within 11 seconds of each other to take the lead.
This line's brighter. What's Shane Hawkins say?
Well, you have to shoot a 3 as quickly as possible. Then you have to foul before Chester inbounds the ball to get them back on the free throw line. That's a lot to ask for, though.
They get it into Garby quickly. They got to shoot. Anderson fires from 3, no good. 3 seconds left. Ball's tipped around to Anderson, gets it. That's the final. 46-40 Chester. The 6-point win over the Carterville Lions. Carterville now has their record at 7-9. Chester pushes their record to 14-5 on the season. Your Polar Whip postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 92 minutes. Yeah, let's do that, please. 46-40, the final score as the Chester Yellow Jackets knock off your Carterville Lions here in this non-conference battle. And Carterville fought their way back, but they just couldn't they couldn't close it out.
Had two opportunities to tie the game with threes. Anderson shot one that went in and came back out. They had another shot, another three that rattled out, and Carterville just couldn't overcome that. Great effort by the Lions tonight. They were down by 11 at one point in the second half. They just kept chipping away, and unfortunately they weren't able to get over that hump. Carterville shot 42% from the field, 56% for Chester from the field. Rebounds, Carterville out-rebounded Chester 23-20. Carterville was led in rebounding by Garvey with 10. Reith led Chester with 6. Turnovers, Chester with 13. Carterville with only 10. That's 9 under their game average. So a lot of positives. Carterville shot 42%, which is a little above what they normally shoot for a game. 9 less turnovers than they would normally have per game. But it's just the fact that Chester shot 56% from the field. Chester had 5 threes in the game. They only had 1 in that second half. But Chester got a lot of points in the paint in that second half, and Carterville couldn't overcome it.
When you look at the scoring for the Yellow Jackets, they were led tonight by Keith Kiner. He winds up with 18 points to close out the game. Also, you had, let's see here, let's run down the list. DeAndre Martin had 2. It was Jake Cushman with 5. Colin Wingert winds up with 14 points in the game. And Ian Reith, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the contest, and Drake Bowman with 2. Chester, 46 points on the scoreboard. For the Carterville Lions, they were led this evening by Austin Garvey. He has 11. Dylan Moore wound up with 6. Tyler Biddle with 7. Eli Downen with 8. Bryce Anderson had 4. Luke Stritzel had 4. And they have 40 points on the scoreboard. 46-40, the final score. Chester, as we said, they pushed their record now to 14-5 on the season. Carterville's record 7-9. That's going into the contest where we hit the road on Tuesday to take on Hamilton County.
Not going to be an easy place to win. Hamilton County is one of those places that, regardless of their record, it's always tough to win there. But Carterville, they lost tonight by 6. I thought it was a good second half, especially fourth quarter by Carterville. Carterville's playing much better now, and it all started, I think, at the El Dorado Holiday Tournament when they got the win, the first win over Hardin County. Then they also beat NCOE. Carterville's playing better as a team. Again, I go back to last year. If Carterville were down by 11, I don't care if it's at home or on the road last year, to a team like Chester that's as good as Chester, lights out, game's over. But Carterville has fought their way to some big victories in the conference by coming from behind, by holding teams off. Tonight it just wasn't their night. They had some wide open shots that didn't go in. Those things happen. But I know Coach Hawkins will be very, very happy with the effort he saw tonight.
Because you can tell that the Lions are learning from these games. We're 3-1 in conference play. The close games they're learning. And sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward, and so this is something that they'll go back and they'll look at the tape on Monday, and they'll learn something from this game, how to close out. But you got to give credit to Chester. They closed it out. They get the 6-point win over the Lions tonight here at Carterville High School. We're going to go on and take a break. I'm sure Coach Shane Hawkins will be joining us here in just a couple of minutes. Let me run down a couple other scores. The Blues are down 4-2 to the Islanders. SIU beat Northern Iowa this evening, 58-51. Let's see. It was, got to find my scores here. 66-33 Marion hammer the Harrisburg Bulldogs this evening. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier, it was the Colts over the Texans 21-7. North Dakota wins the FBS football championship today with a 38-24 win. Their 7th title in 8 years. And the last score we had in the Cowboys-Seahawks game was 10-6. That was at the half. Shane Hawkins will join us on our postgame show coming up in just a few minutes. When we come back, Scott and I are going to talk about our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. It's your Carterville Lions here on News Radio WJPF.
Still 10-6 Dallas. We're almost into the third quarter, though.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, Seattle just scored a touchdown. Seattle just scored a touchdown. 12-10 pending the extra point.
Okay.
I'll have that for you here by the end of the break.
Okay. Yeah. Wish we could find a longer mic cable.
I've said that all along. I could just walk down in the locker room and do it.
Yeah, from here. No kidding. (46-40) the final score here at Carterville High School. Chester gets the win, 6-point win over the Carterville Lions in this non-conference game. Tuesday, well, you talk about a busy week next week. Tuesday night at Hamco. Pinckneyville comes to town on Friday night, and then we begin play in the Midwinter Classic at West Frankfort next Saturday. Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show. 46-40, Coach. This can be another learning moment for your Carterville Lions, but had an opportunity there to at least tie it, and you got to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team,
Yeah.
but they're not, and I told our guys, they're not. I'm not sure they're better than us. They're different than us, but I felt all along going in, it was a game to go win, and we didn't have a mentality early to go fight them. Got down, and we were just content with. We're just content with whatever happened. We didn't chase rebounds. We got our hands on some loose balls. They won every 50-50 ball the first half. Those possessions matter. We dug ourselves a hole. We got it back to, I think we had it to 5, and it ended up at 7 at the half. So we made a little bit of run. And then we come out in the third quarter and don't have any life again. And we made a little run. We got it to 34-30. Kiner hits a 3. And if people watched it, they'll see that him shooting threes is a better option than when he started going off the bounce late. And it was kind of pick the poison. Our poison, or we were going to pick it, if he makes a bunch of threes, I think he hit 3 of them, then we were going to take that as opposed to him going off the bounce and scoring at the rim. And when we got out and pressured him a little bit late, he took us off the bounce. He went and scored twice off the bounce. And he's a load. He's a very hard matchup. He had 5 made threes in 18 games going in. I mean, so it's not like he makes a bunch
Wow.
of he had 5.
He had 2 here tonight.
Just 2. I thought he hit a third one. So he hits 2 tonight, but we were willing to give up that as opposed to him beating us off the bounce. They space him with pretty good shooters. Cushman can shoot it. Wingerter can shoot it. Bowman can shoot it. So it was like we had to kind of pick our poison. He had a big one to get it back to 37-30, and then we kind of hit the wall again until about the last 4 minutes. And we do about twice a week in practice. We'll do 2-minute games where we'll give it to somebody's got it. It's a 2-minute game. We're playing it straight out. It's a 3. You're up 3 or down 3 for 2 minutes. Go play the game. And in preparation for situations like this, and we didn't execute the last 2 or 3 minutes. We had some open looks, had some wide open threes late. Down 1, down 2, down 3. I think even down 4 we had open threes. I think we were 1 for 10. In open shots, off set plays that you're getting a shot. And then we had a couple bad turnovers where we were going to throw it to where the guy was instead of reading the defense. And just very bad execution in the last 2 minutes.
Coach, you've always talked about finishing at the rim, and I think one of the keys to this game tonight, in the first quarter, especially early, I had you down for 8 offensive rebounds, but only 4 points off those 8 offensive rebounds, and I think that played a key in the loss.
Yeah, and we told them, they played 7. I may have snuck in an 8th one there tonight. They really want to play 5 guys. So with Kiner and Reith in there, they will block some shots, but they're going to let you have some stuff at the basket because they can't get in foul trouble. And I think Kiner went out 1 time.
He did.
And Reith went out like once in each half.
Yep.
Well, they're completely different when
Without
either one of those guys are out
Yep.
on the floor or not on the floor. And so they know that. They know that those guys have got to be on the floor, so they can't pick up cheap fouls that are stupid fouls. And we got it in there, but we didn't attack. We were kind of hoping we'd maybe get bailed out with a foul instead of having a mentality to score. And I think this was a mentality game. It's sometimes you got to throw punches instead of just running up and down. And you got to be the aggressor. And outside the last 4 minutes, I don't know that we were the aggressor tonight.
Of late, we've been talking about the lessons learned in these close games. What lesson do you preach to your Lions coming up Monday when you get back to practice?
I like teaching those lessons after wins a lot more than losses. I know that. Again, it's a mentality. I think we have to play with a chip on our shoulder that we have to go into games expecting to beat people instead of, man, they're really good, or maybe if we can hang close. And when you have that mentality, when you get the opportunity that you had to win the game or to make a shot, it doesn't go in. And I firmly believe a lot of that stems from your mentality, your mental approach to things. And instead of being happy that we have a chance, it's a game to go win. And I think that kind of dug us a hole early, and we kind of showed glimpses of getting out of it, but we buried ourselves too big.
Coach, coming into last night's game, your team was shooting 39% from the field for the game. I think you shot 39% last night. You shot 42% tonight from the field, which is better. You only had 10 turnovers tonight, 5 in each half, so you took much better care of the basketball. To me, the difference in the game had to be their outside shooting, especially in the first half.
Yeah, and they put 2 big guys out there who can both go post, and Reith and Kiner. And then they stick 3 guys out there that can shoot it. And a lot of times our mentality is we'd rather have them shoot threes. I get it; they're worth more points. It's a lower percentage shot than having Reith and Kiner shoot layups. Mm-hmm. 6'6" and 6'7" shooting over 6'4" or 6'2". I mean, you kind of have to pick your poison a little bit. They made shots tonight, which they have pretty good shooters. And when we had opportunities for the same shots, especially there in the fourth quarter, we didn't make it. And they're a good basketball team. I would like a shot at them again, and unfortunately, we've talked about this again. You get one shot at these guys. Yeah. You don't get to. We're not playing Fortnite. It went bad. We get to hit reset, and we get to play them again. It doesn't go that way, and so from a lesson learned, that's our lesson. And you don't get that opportunity to go back. There's got to be carryover. We made some mistakes that we talk about every day in practice that we still continue to make sometime in games, and we understand you're going to make mistakes, but it can't be the same mistakes that you make every game that we work on every day in practice. And they got us a couple times defensively on that, and then we had a couple bad turnovers. We were just casual offensively, and I know we only had 10, but they played in a 2-3 zone for. It's almost like when
in a game like this, you only had 10, but it's when those 10 occurred, especially in the second half.
Yeah, in the first half, they occurred when they got their lead. And then they occurred late when we're trying to get back and make a run at it. But we kept fighting. I thought we played harder in the fourth quarter than we did in maybe in the first 3, and gave ourselves a chance. But if you're not locked in mentally, you can't flip that switch. I wish we could. I wish we could just flip that switch. All right, boys, it's time to go. It's time to giddy up, and let's go make plays and win the game. And we don't have that capability, and very few teams do.
Turnaround is quick. You get practice on Monday. You may shoot around a little bit tomorrow, but Tuesday you're heading up to take on another equally as tough team in Hamilton County.
Yeah, and Tuesday games on the road are really tough anyway. Yeah. I mean, it's just that mentality. It's Friday night games. It's Friday night. The school week's over.
The routine.
You kind of get jacked up for a Friday night game, either a conference game or a home game or road game. It doesn't matter. You get non-conference games on a Tuesday with little prep. And we'll take tomorrow completely off. We'll come in Monday, and again, it's going to be light because we have Tuesday, and then you look at Friday, Saturday. So we're in the middle of a 5-game stretch in 8 days, and And it's a tough stretch. There's no question. And so hopefully we'll get some things ironed out Monday in practice and get ready to go compete. And my hope now is that we're ready to go from tip on Tuesday night at 7:45 and not wait till 8:30 when it gets in the second half.
46-40, Chester gets the win over Carterville tonight. Coach Shane Hawkins, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see
you too, Coach.
See you Tuesday. And, Carterville had the opportunities there. Scott Hudson just couldn't get over the hump. And Chester walks away with the 6-point win. You and I, we need to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Well, I'll give you a couple of nominees, and I'll let you pick whoever you like. Kiner, to me, was the difference, especially in the second half. He hit the big three that pushed the lead from 4 to 7 at the top of the key. He hit a three in the first half, and then, of course, he did some damage also on the inside with some great moves. I thought Kiner was probably the biggest difference in the game when it came to controlling play, especially on the inside. I liked Austin Garby's game. 10 rebounds. He was a beast on the boards against a much taller Chester team. I thought he played well. I thought he played strong from start to finish. So those would be my two nominees for star of the game.
I think I'm probably going to have to give it to Kiner. Yep. He was impressive tonight. He winds up with 18 points. He hit 2 threes and just buried them. They didn't hit any rim. It was nothing but twine. And as much as I want to give it the other way, I think I'm going to have to go with Keith Kiner. He winds up with 18. Keith Kiner of the Chester Yellow Jackets, tonight's Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148. Owned and operated by our friends Joe and Lindsay McCann. For over 20 years, they specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. They also do bush hogging, spring and fall cleanups. They do equipment repair. They do it all. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Keith Kiner of Chester, our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Wrap us up, Scott Hudson.
Well, it was an exciting 2 games this weekend for Carterville. The big conference win last night in overtime, and Carterville had a chance to tie the game with a 3 that went in and came back out. So now Carterville, as you said, not a lot of days rest before they have to go to Hamilton County. And I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. I mean this as a compliment to the team. Last year, if this Carterville team would have gotten down by 11 points to a good team, whether it be on the road or at home, lights out, game's over, they would have not been able to come back.
No fighting.
But the one thing that I've seen from this team, in the wins and in the close losses, they never give up. They find a way to battle back. They've found a way to make things close, and I think that's a testament to the team. That's a testament to the Carterville coaching staff for getting these kids prepared. As Coach Hawkins said, we have to come and play from the very first tip. We can't wait till the fourth quarter. But this team is fun to watch right now, and I see some good things heading into the new year.
Tuesday night, Scott and I head to Hamilton County, to McLeansboro as the Lions take on Hamco. 7:45 is the scheduled tip. Pre-game show about 7:30. Friday night, back at home, Pinckneyville Panthers here at Carterville. Conference action, and then Saturday we go to West Frankfort. We open play against El Dorado in the Midwinter Classic. So next week's going to be a very, very busy week. Get some rest tomorrow.
I'll do the best I can.
You know,
I'll just lay on the couch and watch football. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me.
All
Sounds
right.
like a winner. For our producer engineer back at the studio, Brian R. Powell, for my broadcast partner Scott Hudson, I'm Dave Mckenzie. Have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy the weather tomorrow, and we'll talk to you Tuesday night from Hamco for more exciting Carterville Lions sports here on News Radio WJPF. Good night, everybody. Thanks, buddy.